Well, I'm at the crossroads. I'm not at the crossroads. It's not a crossroads. But I don't know if to go straight on up Box Hill or go up Rapist Alley again. I don't know what to do. I think the gin are definitely with me today. It's not been a good walk so far. It's only been about 10 minutes. I'll tell you about that when I decide where I'm going to be. It's less noisy that way. Well, I'm going this way. Rapist Alley. We got the mist over the valley today. That just about sums it up, to be fair. You see that? Well, that's spooky, isn't it? And that just about sums it up, actually. Oh God, so I've never been so glad to see a bench in my life. I'm only halfway up the bloody hill, so I decided to go up Rapist Alley and find this bench. Because I'm in bloody agony. I got cramp down my left leg or something like that. I don't know what it is, it bloody hurts though. So I had all these visions as I brought a book with me, Mysteries of Britain. I was going to find some Wiltshire bits and read it out whilst looking over the valley. Well, A, you can't see the fucking valley. B, I'm not at the top because I've got a bad leg. And all the way I was walking up that hill, fucking gin's got me or what? Not gin, as in alcohol. D-J-I-N-N. Every time a car went past, behind me, I thought it was going to mank the pavement and knock me over. Those thoughts that you get sometimes. Literally, the dark seemed darker. The noises in the bushes seemed more scary. And I didn't enjoy it at all. So I'm here now on my bench with an ouchy leg. That mist does look nice, I'll take some pictures of that, but it's not what I had planned. And every morning I wake up at 5:51. 5:51, not 5:52 or 5:49, 5:51. So I'm going to look that up. I'll probably insert what that's about. If I don't, So can you see that? Something about my life was stagnant and I wanted to start a business, but I'm scared of failure or something. Well, that makes sense. I didn't, so just never mind. I was in number 11, innit? 551, and that's not very lucky apparently. Oh God, but apparently because 10's perfection and 11 goes one past it or something. So yeah, you get, that's why 9/11 happened on 9/11, because it's the one before perfect and the one after, or something like that. I'll take a picture of that. Hold on. Yeah, so it's not worked out to plan. I'm really thirsty and I'm really hungry because I don't usually eat before I do this rambling about shit, but I don't usually feed it. So something's not on my side today, is it? So look at this book I got. I've had it for years. I had the visions of me coming at the top of the hill and reading a fairy story or something. Oh, I don't know. What's that? Oh, I don't know. Something just beeped. So I got this. I've had it for years. Mysterious Britain by Homer Sykes. I thought, I'll read some of that. You'll have a nice view and all that. Ugh, I can't be bothered with it now. Hearted that all the way up the bloody hill, didn't I? Exposure and focus are locked. Alright. So that's it really. I'm going to look at what 551 means when I get back, because I'm running out of mobile data. That's looking quite nice now, isn't it? That is starting to disperse. You can see Cullen over there. See Cullen? That's not really far from here. You can walk there for a minute. Not, I can't, not today. Oh look, crows. Bloody row, isn't it? Not as bad as that bloody squirrel yesterday though. God's sake. I might put that in here just to show you what a bloody noisy little shit he was. I went for years wondering what the fuck that noise was. Thought it was some strange duck. Spent hours googling it, typing all these weird bloody sentences in. Strange squawking non-duck in garden. Sounds like duck, isn't duck. UK got all that sort of shit. Hours. Stumbled across this thing. Squirrel. Goes like this. Meh, 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 meh. I'll show you later. I'll put it in here. Bloody racket. If you've got earphones on, take them out. That's a nice mist, isn't it? So, no, I've had this book for about, I don't know, 25 years. This Mysterious Britain book. Because I've been into this shit for a long time. I say into it, I get into it, I go, oh, I'm going to buy that book and learn about it and go there. Nah, goes on the bookshelf 25 years later. I'm at the middle of I'm at bloody wherever I am with a bad leg in the mist, thinking that'd be a good idea. I should have done it 20 years ago. So I'm going to go through that later because I'm doing Sweary British folklore videos now. So that'll be handy, won't it? To do have a look at that book. I'm just going to look at the mist now. I thought you might want to listen to the birds. Well, they've shut up now, haven't they? That's bloody typical. They were making a right bloody racket just a second ago. They just take the piss, man. Nature takes the piss. Did you hear that? Can you see that? Vaguely. Oh, they're doing that swarmy thing. That was quite a sight. Oh, I was trying to zoom in on them. Yeah, they're doing that swarmy thing. You can't see them on this shit phone. Well, that scared the shitting shit out of me. I was just sat there thinking, God, them birds aren't making anybody noise. And they just came out of that tree, over my head, about 400 billion of them, screeching their heads off, and then they did the swarmy thing. And this phone didn't catch any of it. They've all gone in that tree now, look. I'll zoom in so you can't see because it'd be blurry. They're all in there. Isn't that funny why they've done that? It's just literally they've gone about 40 feet down the bloody road. And they made a right bloody racket about it. They'll probably do it again in a minute. I'll try and catch them when they come out of that one. It's weird. There they go. They're coming back here. No, they ain't. Look at that. Isn't it funny? What do they keep doing that for? There's a few that got away. It's crows. Oh, funny, isn't it? What are they doing that for? I was just sat here with my phone aimed at that tree, waiting for him to do that thing again. This is what bloody wildlife photographers must feel like. Fucking hell. Just sitting here. They don't have wobbly cameras like me, I expect. I'm a bloody wildlife photographer now. You can only just about see it, but they're all sat on the bloody top having a chat. Oh, somebody scared him. I don't know if there's somebody in that house that's making that noise on purpose to get him out of that tree to shut him up. I wouldn't blame him. Maybe that's it. Maybe they get spooked and that's why they fly. There he goes. See? I should go back to that tree. They're a lot closer to me than you think. Well, that man making that noise doesn't help, does it? Somebody out there making a right bloody racket, banging something. There we go, there's some. That does look nice over the mist mine, doesn't it? David Attenborough, fuck off. You don't sit out in the bloody cold like this with a bad leg. Chatting shit about us being to blame for bloody the end of the world. Don't get me started on him, because then that'll get me started on her. And then you'll turn off. Well, you probably haven't even turned on, to be fair, so I can say what I want. But I won't. We'll just sit here with the mist and it's nice. I'll have a little look at this book while we're here. So, that's not very far from me. That's the Cheryl White Horse. We got Westbury. That's the Westbury White Horse. I mean, aesthetically this image looks shit because of the Sainsbury's bag, but we got a wet bench it. So, that's why it looks crap, but let's have a look. Cheryl White Horse, that's the closest. Well, they're probably about the same actually. So Cheryl White Horse, that's that one. The Cheryl Horse is also known as the Odbury Horse, as it lies on Cheryl Down, immediately below, oh not Odbury, Oldbury Castle, so the Oldbury Horse. It was designed in 1780 by mad Dr. Christopher Alsop. Mad because he had an unusual interest in white horses. Oh, that's not as good as I thought then. I thought it was some like Neolithic man or something, some mad twat with a lot of money by the sounds of it. He was apparently impressed by the work carried out by Mr. G, steward to Lord Abingdon, who had recently decided to redesign the original Westbury White Horse. Yeah, they made it look like a horse. Well, I know that sounds a bit stupid, but they gave it muscles and shit. Or it was quite naive. Why did they do that? The horse was pegged out with white flags following instructions shouted into a megaphone by Dr. Alsop from over a mile away so that he could get the foreshortening correct. The horse is over 140 feet long. The eye was originally made with bottle bottoms which glittered in the sunlight, but unfortunately this was vandalised in the 19th century. Well, I'm not going to lie, I don't think that's unfortunate. I think good on them, fucking get rid of that eyesore. I mean, just some bloody rich bloke's fancy, what they call it, folly. Now you can shove your Cheryl or Oldbury White Horse up your arse. Nah. Nah, let's have a read of Westbury White Horse then. That never used to be that shape. The Westbury White Horse is the best known of the Wiltshire White Horses, measuring 175 feet from head to tail and standing 107 feet tall. It stands below the Iron Age fort of Bratton on a steep chalk slope and can be seen for miles around. The present horse was designed by Lord Abingdon's steward, Mr. G. That's G-E-E. In 1778. He incorporated a smaller and much older horse into his new design. The original horse is said to date from the 9th century and was created to celebrate Alfred the Great's victorious Battle of Ethandun in AD 878, which was to end Danish desires to conquer Britain. Well, I'm thoroughly disappointed, which is usual for me. Nothing's as good as you think it's going to be, is it? What a load of bullshit. I would like to have seen the original one, because I know that shit ain't right, but I'm gonna, it's not like Peru, is it? Right, so I can cross those things off my list of interesting things, but this book's good. Look, Cornwall's got some amazing stuff. Rude screen carvings. I don't mean rude as in I mean that one's rude, but oh god. Cavendish Memorial. Dead people, look. I don't think they're Nephilim. Nine Men's Morris in Essex. That's where Mark comes from. The Mermaid's Chair in Cornwall. I think I've seen that in real life, actually. I might have just made that right up. So look at all this. See? This country's got some amazing things, but I've decided I don't want to see nothing made by some stuck-up twat in the fucking 17th century or whatever it was. I want to see the proper old stuff. That bollocks. So, oh, look at that. The Devil's Stone, North Yorkshire. That's quite good, isn't it? So I'm going to cherry pick what I go and see when I get my camper van eventually. That's what I want to do. I want to get my camper van and go around looking at all these bits and pieces and that. What's this? Look at that. What's that then? Clouty Well near Munlochy Ross and Cromarty Highland. I do apologise to Scottish people right now. I've just fucked your bloody language up, haven't I? But that's, what's this then? Like, the worship of water is pre-Christian, and there are many hundreds of holy wells throughout Britain. Today only a handful are venerated compared to early Christian and pagan times. With the advent of Christianity, pagan water worship was assimilated into the Christian faith. Well, they do that, don't they? The pagan Lady of the Well became, for example, Our Lady. Besides being a life-giving force, there's a man and a dog, you must think I'm off my fucking head. Many wells were said to possess remedial properties. St. Boniface's Well, better known as the Clouty Well, is believed to be able to cure all kinds of illnesses, but only if a rag, known as a clouty, is left as an offering. Oh, it's interesting, isn't it? Having first been rubbed on the infected area. According to... Bloody hell. They'd probably ban that now, wouldn't they? Fucking hell. That ain't bloody... If that's not going to bloody well spread the bloody fake pandemic shit, I don't know what is. They wouldn't be allowed to do that today. According to tradition, the clouty should be red. Today, many thousands of clouties and bits of clothing are tied to overhanging branches and are on lines strung up between the trees by the well. The water is most effective if drunk on May the 1st or the following Sunday. I mean, how did they find that out? Did somebody like do it on May the 2nd or April the last day? I never know what the numbers are. And they were like, oh, how's your leg? Like, nah. Wow, just try it again tomorrow. No, I can't be bothered, fuck off. Well, just give it one more go. Alright, I'll try it again tomorrow. And they're like, right, try it again tomorrow. Fucking hell, it worked. So that's how they know it happens. It works on May the 1st, probably. Or the following Sunday. The Clouty Well is on the A832 between Tor and Munlochy. Well, that's very interesting, but they wouldn't be allowed to do that now, would they? You'd probably get your bloody mask tied to a tree to venerate the god of COVID or something. Now that's something Thomas Sheridan talks about. Right. I think I'm being inspired by Thomas doing all this. Look at that. Oh, that's a bit depressing, doesn't it? I just spoke to a man and a dog. I didn't speak to the dog. I would have done if he hadn't been there. Look at me getting all social and that. Look what I've seen. I'll stand back a bit. I'll start from here. Oh. Oh. Look at that. I know it's just horse prints, but if you have a look at my thumbnail on Sweary British folklore, you'll see that I've got a newspaper clipping about footprints, and it's sort of like happened twice. The second time wasn't as exciting, but the first time was like hundreds of years ago. And after the snow, they had like really strange, what they call devil's footprints, going on for about 100 miles, and nobody could figure out what it was. That just reminded me of it. The clipping I've got is of a more modern version of that, but almost as interesting, but not quite. Well, I'm glad I persevered. Like I say, I started off, I felt the bloody devil was at my back, literally. Bloody awful. Bloody bad leg. That's moved to my toe now, which is a bit more manageable. And I'm coming up to my favourite part. Coming down Quarry Hill. So I'm glad I persevered with it. Said hello to a couple of blokes with dogs. Makes me wish I had Frodo. Oh, it's sad, isn't it? I keep toying with the idea about getting another one, but it's too sad when they die. It's literally like losing a fucking son. And why would you put yourself through that on purpose? But I must admit, I just seen these little dogs with these blokes taking their dogs out for a walk, and it made me sad. So it just stopped mid-conversation about cows. Ran out of space or something, storage. So I went on a right old ramble about cows and a story that I thought, I don't know if I've made it up or not, but there was all these cows in the field, and I was like, oh, I'm not scared of cows. My mum was scared of cows because my nan was scared of cows. And then I went on about this picnic that they had. I wasn't around, so I was probably making most of it up. Then I started talking about how we make up our own folklore, and it cut out. Can you hear that? What a noisy bastard.